it is episode number 3 of Love, Laughter, and Life with Lindsay. Today is officially autumn, the best season in the whole year. There is a huge tree right outside my window and the leaves are changing. So I spent the entire day decorating for fall, baking pumpkin bread, what else? Blueberry muffins. Those aren't really fall, but yeah, super excited for this season. In the cooler weather. It's been kind of hot this summer and my hair doesn't do well in the heat. So I'm ready for fall in boots and sweaters and scarves and everything that goes along with it. My shout out today goes out to the boys of 820 Bird. We have Tyler, Brad, and my boyfriend Dan. Tyler and Brad requested a shout out and Dan has been kind of campaigning for one since episode 1. So my love goes out to all 3 of them. They crack me up and always go to Yotality with me, which is starting to become an unhealthy obsession. So I love them and this is their official shout out. So hope you enjoy Tyler, Brad, and Dan. Today we will be talking about something that I mentioned before, pumpkin bread. So I baked some this morning and I have these 3 little loaf pans instead of one big one because I tend to find that I don't go through it all or it goes bad before I can eat it, or it's just too much of one thing at one time. So these small little loaf pans from my mom have been awesome. I use them all the time. And what I do is just cut the recipe in half, cut the box mix in half, and then follow the same directions and just go that route. And then I don't have an entire loaf or 3 mini loaves. I just have, in this case, I need 2. So that is what we're going to talk about today. I highly recommend using this type of process for really anything. I use it for like pastaroni, cupcake batter, what else? Really anything, any type of pasta. I'm trying to think what else I've done it for. But if you just follow the box directions, if it's a mix, you just follow the box, cut everything in half, and you can either make the whole thing and save half in the freezer or the fridge, or you can keep the powdered mixture cut in half and just keep it for the side. And the same thing for pastaroni. It comes with like the pasta in the box and the powdered spices, the cheese sauce, whatever. And so I just split it right in half and there you go. I just keep half of the pasta for another time and half for my dinner that night. Now this works for people who have tiny stomachs like me. I can eat a lot, but just not in one sitting. So this works perfect for me to kind of cut things in half. It's great for like portion control and really great for saving money on food and for not wasting it. So those two kind of go hand in hand. So I will show you some pictures of the process of me creating my pumpkin bread and yeah, I hope you enjoy. So here is our Pillsbury pumpkin bread mix that we're going to use, and we're just going to follow the directions on the back, but just cut everything in half, every ingredient, the timing, all of it. So first is our vegetable oil, and instead of 3 tablespoons, we're going to be using 1.5, and I just use a half and just use it 3 times, no more dishes. And we're going to use half cup water instead of 1 cup, and 1 egg instead of 2. And here is our little mini loaf pan that we're going to be using. You're going to set your oven to 375 and just pour the contents of the bag mix right into a bowl. Now you are going to get a big plastic freezer bag and a bowl, and you're just going to start splitting the cake mix or the bread mix in half. And I just use a 1/4 cup and I just put a little bit into the bag, a little bit into the bowl, and just keep going with that process until it's completely split in half evenly. So then just label the plastic bag and you can just put that right away for next time. So you're going to go ahead and mix all of your contents and put it evenly into our 2 mini loaf pans and set your timer for 30 minutes. Here are our lovely loaves baking away. Now when My timer hit about 6 minutes. I could start smelling the loaves, which usually means that it's close to being done, and I tested them and they were ready to come out. So here's a little lesson: stay in your kitchen, do not go anywhere when you have stuff in the oven, especially baking, because seconds and minutes are super important. So then I just let them cool right on a cooling rack by the window. And then once it was fully cool, I wrapped them in saran wrap, used a little bit of twine and a white tag, and just put Happy Autumn for the first day of fall today. And there you go, perfect little gift. So there you go, super easy, right? So these little loaves are great gifts for anything fall, really any holiday. They're great for Christmas if you wanted to make like a peppermint bread, but I definitely recommend following this rule, splitting them up or getting smaller pans so that you can not waste food and get the most for your money, because that's what's super important when you do anything DIY and anything on a budget. So that is today's episode of Love, Laughter, and Life with Lindsay. I hope you comment below and subscribe, and we will see you next Sunday. Bye!